Hey everybody. Well, there are a lot of interesting things about this passage, and if you haven't read it yet, hit pause, go read it. Did you hit pause? Did you read it yet? Okay, you read it. This is an intense chapter, okay? And there's a lot of things going on here. So at one point Jesus is like, I haven't come to bring peace, I've come to bring the sword, which is like weird just in general because when Jesus was about to be crucified and Peter goes to try and save him, he pulls out his sword and Jesus is all like, put the sword away. So it's kind of weird. And then there's this other part where he says, don't even go anywhere among the Gentiles. But then later on he says, but then you will be dragged before governors and kings for my sake to bear witness before them and the Gentiles. So it's kind of this like, are they going to the Gentiles or are they not going to the Gentiles? He said, don't take any gold or silver. Don't take anything else. Like, it's pretty bare bones operation, which is sort of like if you're sitting here reading this chapter, you're like, is that how I'm supposed to live my life? Like, what's going on? And there seems to be this sense of urgency throughout this entire chapter, this quickening with everything that's taking place. It's not like this when you get around to it. It's very much like immediately do this right now. So why is this chapter so peculiar? Because Jesus isn't just addressing the experience the disciples are about to have in the next few days, in the next couple weeks. He's not just talking about their short-term missionary trip. He is speaking to what the disciples and to what believers are going to encounter over the next years, the next decades, and even the next centuries, even end times. And so he's addressing it to those who choose to radically believe in him. So while this entire chapter can speak to us, not all of it speaks to us in the same way. And let's just clarify and let's highlight a couple things that I think we can take away from it for today. And the first thing I look at is the beginning first couple verses. It says, and he called to him his 12 disciples and gave them authority. This word authority means right, power, authority, kind of that connotation that you are in charge. And in other words, we can say this: Jesus qualifies them and authorizes them. Qualifies them and authorizes them. This is actually one of the first moments we see Jesus' disciples become more than just Jesus' students. I don't think they felt qualified. I don't even think they felt authorized. I think they probably still felt inadequate, which is why after they returned from this short-term mission trip, as we could say, they are ecstatic and super excited because I think they themselves were like, we didn't think we had it. And I think that speaks to the importance for us. It's important for us to know who we are as believers in Christ so that we can walk in the authority that he has given us. Secondly, the other thing I point out is that he warns us about the fear of man. It can become so easy to become swayed by what other people are saying or doing, and we lose sight if we are not grounded in Christ. So don't let the fear of man overtake you today. And I think one of the ways we do that is by this third thing that he shows us. In verse 22, it says, it is the one who endures to the end who will be saved. Third thing, last thing that ties this together, we are to work and witness with the end always in mind. Work and witness always with the end in mind. So today, when we go to work, when you go to school, whether you're watching this at home or somewhere else, we keep the end in mind that there is an eternity, there's a heavenly reward, there is a saving, there's a validation that's going to come not from man but from God, and we keep that view in mind. So hey, good job, church. Keep going in our 90-day challenge. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.